Hey guys, before this video does start, I do want to mention two quick things. One, that this is my new streaming setup, and if you are interested in asking me questions live, or you just want to watch me play video games with my buddies, feel free to join me on this channel while I live stream. And the other thing I want to mention is that the camera that I was using in this video was slightly out of focus, but there was a lot of good content and a lot of great talking points that we went over in this video, so make sure you stick around for the whole thing.
Be in Hawaii, we might be in a penthouse. We never know this.
What do you mean? I thought we were in the penthouse.
No, we're moving locations, man.
We are?
Yeah, we gotta go fly to Hawaii.
Oh, that is Hawaii.
Yeah.
How did I notice that?
Hey everyone, welcome to Money with Joe. In today's video, we got Best in Class, and we got AreUsuperCeral joining us here on the truth about credit cards.
I'm Best in Class. He's AreUsuperCeral.
I'm Cereal.
That's right. And as you can see, this video is sponsored by Nike. And yeah.
Is that a Nike shirt?
Yeah.
No.
Is it really? Oh.
That would be hilarious. Anyways, so yeah, we're just going to get straight into the video here. We have another cracked video. Always got to watch the cracked guys on YouTube.
Love cracked.
Oh, yes. Anyways.
Walter's the best.
So it's the truth about credit cards. And I'm going to first start talking about why it's good to get credit cards and the reasons you should get credit cards. So the first reason why you should get a credit card at an early age is to build credit. That's a really important thing as you go into the real world, buy houses, get loans, get a car. You need credit established, and that's one of the best ways, but it comes with a cost, and you got to make sure that you are spending at least 10 to 20% of what the limit is. So if it's like $1,000 limit, you got to be spending like $100 or $200 a month. It doesn't really matter that much. You can spend like up to $500 a month, but it is really good when you show that you're spending less, around 10 to 20% of the credit card limit. What do you guys have to say about that?
I think credit's a scam, but it's also necessary at the same time.
I agree. I actually had my score go down like 8 points recently because I went over 20%, and so I could vouch for that.
Oh, you had to refinance
so
for a house and everything, and it was like, geez, man.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. I really don't like how it works, but unfortunately, that's just honestly, I found out you have to have credit to really get like anything for a loan.
You want to give a short version of what happened with your car and your credit score there?
Oh yeah, so I have made every single payment on time, with the exception of one in the eyes of Equifax and TransUnion, because when I got my Escalade, I financed it obviously because I wanted to build credit. And I signed all the papers. I gave them my bank account information.
I co-signed.
Yeah, he did. And I gave him my bank account information, everything, set it all up. Didn't want to have to go every month to make my payments. Wanted to just automatically be taken out of my account every month. So 3 months go by after I buy the Escalade. I noticed that not a single payment has come out of my bank account. And I keep calling the dealership. We lived in Colorado Springs, and I bought it in Denver. So that's like an hour and a half drive to the dealership every time. So it was annoying. I could drive there, but I want to just call them because, save time. So every time I call them, either nobody answered or nobody knew anything about it. They said, oh, no, just don't worry, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay, but nothing's getting taken out. I want to be sure. And then 5 months after I buy the car, I get a letter in the mail saying, hey, we're going to repo your car because you haven't made any payments. And I'm like, that's what I've been telling the dealership. They said it was okay. And I went into the dealership and literally I went in there, everybody just hid. They didn't want to be near me. I don't know what it was. They were scared.
Here he comes.
Oh no, there he is.
You're on a list with fucking Cadillac over there.
For real.
Was it a property management that one time they hid from you?
Yeah, no. Anyway, it was just a whole ordeal. I didn't like it at all. I lost. Jasper's doing some cute stuff, some cute dog stuff over
Trying
there.
to get attention.
I will say though, do everything you can to avoid late payments.
Yes.
Stay organized. Write
Yes.
all your payments down that you have every month and keep it in your notes or something on your phone like that. Because if you get reported to collections like I did a few years ago, I went from a 737 to a 485.
Yep, that's what I did. I went from a 700 to a 400 overnight, and it wasn't even my fault. I kept checking in, and they screwed me over.
The worst part about that is it takes at least 12 to 16 months to get that back up to where it was.
Yeah.
Too,
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Oh, it took me 2 years to get back up. I'm 750, 760 now.
I finally fully recovered 2 years later.
But that was devastating because I had that one missed payment. It wasn't even my fault. And I tried to explain it to Equifax and TransUnion. They're like, I'm sorry, we can't do anything about it.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, with late payments, that's the number one thing that you guys want to make sure you are not late on any payments, because that's the number one thing they look at with FICO, with Equifax, with TransUnion as well. So do not make any late payments, stay on time, and credit history is also really important as well. So if you can start as soon as possible at 18 years old. I think I started at 20 and I'm at a 750 right now. So it's, good to start early so you have that history built up. But yeah, you said you already had a horror story. You went from 700 to 400, you said?
Yeah, 737 to 485. So.
Jeez. Yeah.
Started from the bottom.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Not by our choice.
No.
Right.
Not at all.
Jeez. But yeah, it takes forever to build back up. We're going to get into the cracked video here. Just a little comedic relief on credit cards. Good volume.
Want to have money without having money? Want to go to stores and get things because you want them? Then use my Horton card. It's reliable, it's no fuss, it's a fancy plastic IOU card that will have you swimming in debt for the rest of your and your offspring's life. And to make sure you feel comfortable with spending money you don't have, we'll use this to make you feel like it's no big thing.
I'm from that TV show that's doing reasonably well.
Hey guys,
so I've
I'm
got a
Tina
sense of
Fey.
humor about
Sign
spending
up for
money on
this
stuff
credit
I don't
card.
need.
Schumer, you're
Just
not-
charge
you're
my
not
card,
for
buddy.
no reason.
Whatever. Doesn't really matter to me because I'm mostly excited to get cash back.
Relatable.
Spend money to make money.
Why use
Cash
gross
back.
paper covered with pictures of dead guys when you can use my square piece of dinosaur carcass with numbers on it? In fact, nowadays, you have to have a square of recycled soda bottle because how else would you even be able to purchase your online subscription to watching what used to be free?
I don't know if
Or
you're referring
paying
to,
for an expensive...
that type of content, but to what used to be free. Wait a minute.
Oh.
I just gotta say too, I just reiterate, they really incentivize having credit, like a credit card, to boost your credit to be able to afford stuff in life. But at the same time, if you have a credit score, that means you're in debt.
Yeah, no, it's so I don't get the concept of credit, but once again, you need it.
It's really dumb. Even if you have all the money in the world, you still got it. It's a smart decision to get loans for stuff, so you don't spend your money all at once. You can invest that other money in the meantime. But it's just so dumb how they're like, hey, you got to go in debt just to prove you're responsible.
Well, if you do have all the money in the world, though, you wouldn't need a good credit score.
Well, okay, once you pass the $10, $20 million threshold, you don't really need credit. But that's not that many people.
It's
so.
not a lot of people. Anyways, let's get back into it.
education that won't lead to a job. Really, any financial milestone. That's right. To get a roof over your head, you need to earn credit, which is really just showing you own a little square that you have to pay off continually. Somehow that's what makes you trustworthy and shows you're good with money. We've made it impossible to live without our plastic numbers swiper. We're putting chips in some of them now. Look at that. It's kind of
Chips,
a pain
man,
in the
that's
ass.
gotta trust
Also
it.
a pain in the ass. You can't even use these everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You can use it in some places that pay me to accept your card. Otherwise, you
Okay,
can
real
just...
quick though, I think this is probably an older video where it says it doesn't really accept it. Bro, what are you doing? If you just get a Visa or MasterCard. It's literally accepted everywhere.
Yeah, true.
What are you doing with Discover?
I know.
What are you doing with these other ones? Don't just get Visa or MasterCard. It's literally accepted by everybody.
Somebody in the family works there, and that's why you felt bad. And you
Right,
Some
right.
random ass credit union?
money, which is what in the ass. You can't even use these everywhere. You can use it in some places that pay me to accept your card. Otherwise, you can just use money, which is what people who are taking your money would prefer. I'm an expensive middleman who's charging everyone extra for using my plastic cutout. Also, you'll probably need a different swipey swiper when my card doesn't work at one place where another one does work. Is it harder to keep track of how much you're spending when you don't physically see the presidentially decorated paper strips leaving your hands? We're counting on it.
Yeah,
Especially
that's a good example. If you're not actually giving them the money, you don't see it going out of your account.
Oh, dude, buying stuff online is dangerous
Oh,
because
it's
you don't
so
realize how
dangerous.
much you spend.
Yeah.
Now, when I go into Best Buy and buy all the stuff I did in my room and I physically pay for it and I see that bill, I'm like, second thought,
Yeah.
maybe put a couple things back. But then
Yeah.
when you're buying stuff online, just boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
And
And
then
you go
you see your
check your
bank
bank
account
account.
after.
Yeah, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, what did I do? No, that's really important to keep up on what you're actually spending, because if you're not actually seeing your money leave your hand, you have no idea where it's going. So really good to budget, but yeah, let's get on with the credit video.
encourage you to go paperless. We'll say it's for the environment, but it's really because we know if we send you emails of the charges you made, you'll only skim the email, if you're reading them at all. Here's where it gets fun for me and
I know.
exclusively no one else. We made it so the longer it takes for you to be able to pay us back on time, the more money you'll rack up in interest, and the harder it'll be to pay off. And doesn't that sound like it should be illegal? It's not, it's interest. Interest is a random percentage we charge you because you made charges. This is going to get pretty technical and pretty crimey, so let's look at a graph. If you're the average American credit card holder, then you owe more than $10,000 in debt. Let's say your interest rate is 24.99% and you're paying off just the minimum because times are tough. Well, you know, because times are normal. That means that in 10 years you'll have paid more than $26,000 and still owe over $11,000 more, and that's just 10 years. After 50 years, you'll have paid $165,729 and still owe more than $17,000. So you will always owe me money. But the more you use our card, the more worthless things we'll give you.
That was over 50 years, though.
25% interest?
Yeah, it stacks up over the years. So if you don't pay it in 50 years, you're just like in a pile of debt.
Wait, but who has $10,000 in credit card debt?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Why?
Lots of people. Because they don't have self-control.
What?
Yeah. You have no idea the people out there. They're like,
That's why they
like-
have those commercials.
I have like $500 in credit card debt.
yeah, no. I don't,
What?
Yeah. It's, you know, people, they just like go into Best Buy, like, oh, I like this TV. Let's go into credit. And then they're like, oh, I can't pay for that now. Whoops.
Make like 30 grand a year and buy like a $4,000 TV.
Yeah.
Just put it on the credit
Yeah,
card.
people like Derek selling them the TVs, and they're like, oh, shit, I got to buy them now.
But it's the newest, greatest TV.
All right. Yes, let's hear it for stuff, or even better than stuff,
Like stuff.
cash
Stuff.
which is just a tiny portion of money that you'll use to pay off the debt. But of course, you'll never see actual money. The more you charge, the more cash back we give you. It's like
cash
you're
back.
digging a hole, and we throw in a handful of dirt to help you get out of the hole, but only after you dig 5 feet deep.
It's like robbing a hobo and then giving him a quarterback.
Beating them up. Here's your chains.
Exactly what it's like. Yeah.
You take like $50 of his and then just, I don't need the quarter.
God damn.
You know, just throw the quarter back at him.
Like, if you make your payments on time, though, you don't have to worry about interest.
Yeah.
So it's good, you know.
Very true.
So just stay on payments and you're chilling. Get your credit score up.
You charge, the more cash back we give you. It's like you're digging a hole, and we throw in a handful of dirt to help you get out of the hole, but only after you dig 5 feet deeper. If you're worried you might not be able to pay off this credit card, we'll encourage you to get another card to pay off that one, and then
people
another to pay
literally
off
like,
that.
Get a credit card
That's what
off?
people do. It's so dumb. They're like, oh, you're in the credit card debt? Get this credit card. We'll lend you money. And then they're like, oh, wait, I don't have that money. And then it's a cycle.
Wait,
People just
but
dig
then that's...
themselves further.
And soon you're 20 credit cards deep and you're $300,000 in debt.
I can see why they would agree to that because it's kind of prolonging the thing and they
Yeah.
think it's going to cause less interest over time.
Maybe
you know
I'll
what I mean?
get that promotion.
Because
And then it doesn't happen, and then now you're screwed.
people don't take their life by the reins, man. I swear, sometimes. But I mean, yeah, you got like $500 in credit card debt, and you look at a chart like that where it stacks up over time. You're like, oh shoot, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't have the money. Let me get another credit card, and it just bundles up, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
The more
payments.
credit cards, the more you have to pay, and the more you owe us. It's literally the same apparatus as a Ponzi scheme, but we tell you about it with a 300-page tiny printed booklet that you won't read. So get yourself a Horton Card credit card. Go ahead and swipe it through machines till you owe us billions. Oh, was that too harsh? Oh, here. Hey, Laugh Machine, make the people feel better with your jokey words.
Hey, so you guys ever notice how Katy Perry is,
You feel better already, right?
Oh my
don't.
God.
Perry's basically just Zoe Deschanel but gassier, so.
I'm Roger, by the way.
Oh, it's Raj. I thought it was Walter.
I don't know. It might be different for every video.
Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, that's the end of that video.
That's. I think it is really like a scam. It just sucks because the credit card companies made a deal with the government to make it like required to get stuff in America.
No, it's definitely, that's how it is.
I like the analogy though, where he was like, you dig a 5-foot deep hole and they give you a handful of
Handful of
dirt.
dirt.
We'll help you a little.
That's pretty true. That's accurate.
So-
that really puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
I think what it really comes down to, long story short, be responsible.
Yeah.
Credit cards are very dangerous if you're not responsible.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they set it up, you have to have credit to succeed. It's like I said, I carry a $500 debt between two cards total. $500 between two cards, and my limit's like $30,000.
Yeah.
So I keep like $500 between two because that builds my credit enough. You don't need to spend $30,000. You don't need to do the whole limit. Just be responsible.
Yeah.
Exactly. And stay organized.
And buy
Always-
stuff you need, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But always stay organized and write down your payments that you have every single month, and don't let it get out of control.
Like,
I would
buy your
say-
groceries or gas, stuff you need. Don't go out and make an excuse to buy stuff. Buy, like, your normal bills. And then if you have extra money to spend on top of that, then, yeah, go ahead, buy some other stuff. But just be responsible.
I think the best plan for somebody who's turning 18 or is already 18 or 19 is to get a credit card, and this is what I've done, is just spend 10% or 20% of what the limit is, say on gas or food, and just pay it off on time, 24/7. And if you pay it off on time, your credit will just slowly build. You'll have that good history of 100% on-time payments, and that'll be the best plan for you. And I think the majority of my audience is younger, so once you turn 18, I would definitely recommend getting a credit card and
Absolutely.
staying responsible with it.
True.
Be
And-
responsible. Don't go into debt.
Yes, and if you don't have any credit history at all, and you're just starting out, getting I think a Capital One secured card, where you pay for it and then you use the money
yeah,
on it.
secure card,
It
yeah.
actually, it's kind of like a reverse credit card where you pay for it first and then you use it, and they use that monthly to kind of.
I did that too. I
know,
did that because
calculate.
my
Yeah,
credit
that's-
was so messed up
Yeah.
from that stupid Escalade thing.
So if you don't have established credit and you need to get it, I would go with that. And that idea is really, really good, and that helped me actually get on my feet from 485, like I said. So,
I'd recommend going to like your whatever bank you use. They I guarantee you they'll offer you something if
Yeah.
you do a secured card because it's your own money, so they have nothing to lose.
yep.
Yeah.
Because you can't get any credit card with the
Yeah, you
485,
can't. You
so-
literally can't. Like, if you have a $500 secured card, your limit is $500.
Yeah.
You literally can't go, and you have to give them that $500 up front, and then that's your line of credit. So that's the easiest way.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much wraps up our video here. If you're someone who's older who needs to regain their credit back up to a good threshold, I'm going to make another video on how to get up your credit score. So stay tuned for that. But thanks for joining me, guys.
Like
here
the
on
video, share, comment,
Shake my
subscribe.
hand. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Money with Joe.
Make sure you subscribe.
Money with
and
Joe.
Money
turn
for
on
you.
those- money for everybody.
Yep. And Money with Joe.
Until next time,
Until next time, camera guy.
Until next time, guys.